Hello everyone. I have a new toy and I thought I'd share it with you. It's an early Christmas present from me to me. Anyway, this is a leak down tester and actually I have two of them. This is a different one. It's a different style and I bought the this one here in the blue case first and I got it. It didn't have any instructions. So I got onto YouTube where I go for everything I want to learn, just about, and watched some videos. It's pretty confusing, and some of them seem a little contradictory. I got a lot of information out of the comments too. But anyway, I thought I'd share it with you, some of the information that I learned. And it turns out these are two different styles. This one is a lower pressure, operates on lower pressure than this one over here. Okay. The reason I have two of them is I got this one home and tried to figure out how to work it, and I think it's defective, and I'll show you why in a minute. And so I bought the other one, and I'm a lot happier with it. And it turned out this wouldn't have worked anyway because it comes with two adapters for different sizes of spark plugs, and also you can use the connection on the end for one size spark plug. But it doesn't have the 10 millimeter, which I need for my ATC 70. So even if it was good, it wouldn't work. Next, I'm going to go through what I know about this leak down tester, and after I finish that, I'll use it on an ATC 70 to see if we can find out why it's leaking compression, why it has low compression. The video might be a little tedious for some of you experienced mechanics, so you may not want to watch it, but it's going to be real elementary because when I first got it, I didn't know a thing about it, and I know a little bit now, so feel free to critique if you have any comments. You won't hurt my feelings. You have an engine with low compression. You've already done a compression check, and at this point you could take the engine apart and look for the defective part or parts. It could be valves, piston rings, blown head gasket, and that's what I did for a long time. I would just dig it in and look for a defective part. Or you could use this leak down tester and determine whether the leak is from your intake valve, your exhaust valve, your rings. Maybe you have a blown head gasket or a crack in the cylinder of the head. This is the first one I got, and I'm going to go through what it is. Now these two dials on the top, they're actually the gauges, the pressure gauges. And on this particular tester, this gauge on the right is a little bit different. It's more sensitive. And on the other one that I showed earlier, the gauges are the same. And you'll hook your compressor up to this end here, and you don't need necessarily a real expensive compressor. This is one of the cheapest ones I could find at Harbor Freight. But it'll go to 100 pounds, but it just won't hold the pressure very long. So it's good for airing up tires, and it's good for this. It's not really going to work for for air tools, because it won't hold the pressure long enough. All right, you hook the air up to this part here, and this is a regulator, pressure regulator, and there's a knob here. To work it, you pull it out, and then you can turn it. And this regulates the amount of pressure that can come in. It could go up to whatever you have on the output side of your compressor. So it goes in there. There's two chambers, one for this pressure, for this meter, and one for this meter, or gauge. And there's a little hole in between the two of them, a small hole that lets the air go from one side to the other. And so when you let the air in here, and this end is blocked off. There's a inside there, the round part in the very middle is a valve. It's called a Schrader valve. It's like the valve on your car tires or bicycle tires, where you push it in and then the arrow will come out. And so right now it's closed. So if you put pressure in here, you have the same pressure to both of these meters, and it's like you have a good engine. Oh, by the way, the Schrader valve, and then when you put this in here, and you can feel it. You pull this down, and you can feel when you're pushing it down, this little spring action. What happens is you're pushing that Schrader valve here. The valve is open here and closed here. So it's open here, you let go. Now there's just a hole here on this side. So now the air will go right through the meter, go through here, through the this manifold, go through here, through the manifold, and go right on through. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step, but I have to first turn my compressor on. So I'm going to air up the compressor, and I'll be back in a minute. The next step is to set the input pressure to this tester. You notice these 2 meters. This one here runs from 0 around to 140, and this one here, it doesn't show the increments, but it has a 0 on this side. So it goes from zero pressure to something, and it's numbered backwards: 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. This percentage of leakage. So they're going to both be at 0 at the same time, and as I increase the pressure, this end is closed. Okay, so the pressure in both meters will be the same. Air will come in here, they'll go through that little tiny hole, and the system is closed, so they'll have the same amount of pressure. So as this needle goes up, this one will also go up. But this is 0 to 140, and this is 0 to something. So as we turn it up, and it's much less than 140. It's like 15 or 14 pounds. So as we turn this pressure up, this will go down here. When it gets around to 0, where it says set, that's where we're going to stop it. What you do is you pull this out, and we'll turn it up, and then we'll stop it. Okay, right now we turn it to the left, so there will be no pressure. Then we're going to hook the compressor up. Now you notice the compressor has a Schrader valve in it too. So when we hook it up, once we get it hooked up, then the pressure will go into the tester. Okay, I turn the compressor off because we're not going to need a lot of pressure. I want to hear the sound. Okay, now I'm turning this dial here. And see, meters are going up, but the one on the right is moving a lot faster. Okay, I went a little too far, so I'm going to back it off a little bit. See, now it's not moving at all. This is what I think is wrong with the meter. It's defective. It won't move, then all of a sudden it'll move too much. See? All right, so I'm going to tighten back up here again. I went too far. All right, so anyway, we got it close to 0. Then we push it up here and lock it. And when that just locks this knob from turning. All right. And this side is around 14 pounds. So this side, see the 14 pounds, it's only like 1/4 of an inch, or half a centimeter. It goes from 0 to 14, and this goes 0 to 14 all the way over here. So this is a little bit more, the measurements are a little more precise. And so right now this end is closed. I'm gonna put this. This is like you have a good engine, no leakage or anything. I'm gonna put this tube on, and it's open on the other end. And it's when I put it on, the system is pressurized, so that meter should go down. I can't do this all with. I need 3 hands. All right. Well, it's leaking out. Okay. All right. I put my thumb over it, so we have it blocked up now. I took my thumb off. It's completely open. It's like you turn your engine, it's complete leakage. You forgot to put the piston and the valve in when you put the engine together. I don't know if they do that or not, but I've done about everything else. Back up again. See, it didn't go back to 0. Well, maybe it's heading back over there now. But when you open it, you think it's completely open, the needle on the right side should go to 0. It doesn't. Okay, so I'm simulating complete leakage here, and a completely good engine here. And see, the meter is not consistent. So this is as far as I got before when I was messing with it. I can't really hook up the engine because I don't have an adapter. I could probably use an adapter from the other tester, but I'm going to move on to the other tester now and show the differences, and then we'll go ahead and actually use it on an engine. All right, here's another tester. It's a OTC is a brand name, and the model number is 5609. And it's constructed pretty much the same. You notice the 2 meters are the same. They both read from 0 to 100. And the input is down here. It's on the bottom. You put your, this part would go to your compressor. And here's the adjustment knob. And you can see on the back a little bit more. Okay, it goes in here to the first meter. There's this cross thing here, a little tiny hole in it. Then it goes to the other meter, and this part goes out to your engine, the spark plug hole. And it has a Schrader valve in it. This Schrader valve looks a little different. It has a slot in it. I don't know, maybe you can take it out with a screwdriver. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and check this one out too. See how it compares to the other one. This is the adapter with a 10 millimeter end for the ATC 70. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. Oh, it was already out. Okay, and I'm going to turn it low before I hook the pressure up. Okay, so now we have pressure to it. And I'll start turning it up. See, the needles are moving up the same amount. Okay, here's 20 pounds. Let's take it up to 30. You can go up to 100 if you want. More risk of kicking your engine over if you do that. All right, now I'll hook this this air hose to it. Okay, air is leaking out of this end now because it's open. It's like before the other test. I close it up. We got 40 pounds on both sides. So it's like the other meter where the right hand side was over to 0. I'll take my thumb off. and the right-hand meter goes down to 0. That's the way you expect it to work. There's no pressure on the right-hand side because it's completely open. It's like I could turn it up, but it gets to the point where you hardly hold it on with your thumb. Okay, so I like this meter. Yeah. It has a lock on it, but I don't see why you would use it. Now, if I just put my thumb off part way, the inside has almost 30 pounds. It has 10, so you can calculate the percentage leakage if you wanted. Okay, well the next video is going to show using this tester on an actual engine.